to chapters every X months. But I can say that for the last few years, we have reliably put out 4 chapters per year. So you guys can do the math. This isn't the map I was looking for. Highway to the Billy Zone. Why did I kick it before I got my pop? I'm not sure. Not really smart. Come on, barbecue, give me something good. That'll do. Yeah, you better run. Hi. Sweet. Pop goes the weasel. Oof! So close. Hello, you. Think we can pop something before we run out of time? Darn. Hello, you. Ooh, not the play. What, you're not Devotion 1100? Get on my level. Whoops. I just saw out of the corner of my eye that with the changes to Decisive Strike, survivors should not leave scratch marks. Unless the killer's stunned. Could you explain? Did that guy really give up and AFK against Billy on the hospital? How do you decide what names, perks, and so on get? Oh, we have a creative team whose job it is. What the heck? Whose job it is to name stuff and write descriptions and populate the world of Dead by Daylight with cool things. Very cool job, if you ask me. Oh. You didn't have to do that. We go up. What's up, Bucky? Playing some Code Vein, aka Waifu Souls. You know, I think I should probably play Code Vein someday. I'm very into Dark Souls, and honestly, I do have an anime side, so I might be into it. Should try Neo. I guess when I look at Neo, mostly. Mostly what I see is a less cool Sekiro, but maybe I'm not giving it a fair shake. Wait, did he just... I beat Sekiro. On stream. I was pretty proud of myself. Because it was hard. But honestly, the last boss of Sekiro, really hard, but really fun. It like takes all the best mechanics of the game and like highlights them, and it's beautiful and it's epic and just great. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed Sekiro. They released an update not that long ago with a bunch of new shit. I think I owe that game another look. Sekiro Combat and Diablo loot. Alright, I'm sold. You like Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy is something that makes me feel old. Because I like the 2D Final Fantasies. And now, nowadays, when people think of Final Fantasy, they think of like the big cinematic epics, right? But to me, I think like the original games, Nintendo and Super Nintendo, 1 through 6, plus Chrono Trigger, which I always like to think of as Final Fantasy 6.5. But I think probably the like Final Fantasy 7 and up are what most people think of these days. And I haven't, this might shock you, but I haven't played 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I haven't played any recent Final Fantasies. I'm not saying they're bad or anything, I just haven't played them. FF3 is good. When you say 3, do you mean American 3 or Japanese 3? Do I finally get to like put on my pedant hat and explain to an audience about how they didn't release all of the Final Fantasies in the United States? So Final Fantasy IV was released as Final Fantasy II, and Final Fantasy VI was released as Final Fantasy III in the United States. And then they stopped and just released Final Fantasy VII as Final Fantasy VII in both regions. Haha, I get to give the speech this time. You just had a copy of Chrono Trigger for DS? Nice. That was the version that had the like extra content, right? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like the extra stuff. No, I wouldn't say that early game got cancelled because it was never really something that was in production. There was a sort of a passing mention of it on the anniversary stream that it was something that players had talked about at the time, and it was an interesting idea that we were looking into. And the result is that we are not doing a early game phase. But the discussions that we started when we started talking about early game phase have turned into something different, which is cool, but we can't talk about it yet. What's my friend code? Want to play Nintendogs? I have really bad luck with bad luck. I gave away my consoles too freely to my ex. I had 2 perfectly fine DS's, and when I was trying to leave things on good terms with my ex, at one point she was like, "Hey, can you lend me Pokemon or something to play with my new boyfriend?" Which I was fine with. I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Here, you 2 can have these DS's. I have 2. I don't need either of them anymore because I have my 3DS, which is way cooler, and I can just give you guys the Pokemon versions that I don't play as much. Here you go. Go on, have fun, you guys." And that was fine, except then my 3DS died on me recently. And I have a whole bunch of old DS games I actually like to play, and I can't play them anymore. Whoops. I did the same fucking thing, too, when we broke up. We had a Wii and a PS3. And I said, oh, I'm going to take this PS3. You can take that Wii. And she was like, yeah, okay, fine. And that's how it went. And then a while later, she's like, hey, can I borrow the PS3? It's the only Blu-ray player that we have. I said, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger man. Sure, go ahead. Watch your PS3 Blu-ray. I'll come by and pick up the PS3 later. And then, I don't know, stuff happened, and she cut off contact, didn't talk to me anymore, and I never got my PS3 back. The real tragedy is that PS3 had Scott Pilgrim on it.